trail actually goes, and John Johnson said the same thing. You know, where they have a road now to put a sap line isn't where the old trail was, but it's all open and people can ride there. So, you know, and Pete's building a house up there now, and he doesn't want them riding up his driveway, which I don't blame him, because it isn't actually the where the trail is, but to open that trail to use it, you're doing a lot of work. It's all grown up trees and everything else.
Now, were these fast trails at one time too?
No, because the Bass Trail used to come out right behind John's shed, and he allowed it, and it came out up on the hill by Roddy's house. It came out into that meadow beside Roddy's house. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then you rode down on Roddy's Road and got onto the swamp road.
So that was.
So you got to right across from where Mark Churchill, those guys used to live, and it cut into those woods and it went down into Willards, and then it came out across the road of Willards and up through back of his and came out in Richard Archibald's there.
I wondered if that's what the guys were thinking. Like maybe that old path is where the Bass Trail used to go. But it's like,
Yeah,
no,
I think the Bass Trail said, there's a trail through there at one point, but then they switched around, made it so it was easier for them.
Yeah, but totally different too, riding on snow and mud.
Anyway, so let's get the meeting started.
But wouldn't that be a club issue to get it to standards? I don't think the town should have to pay for it.
It's not, well, it's a town trail, and if we're gonna open those trails for four-wheelers, we're gonna be responsible for them. I mean, unless the club wants to say, okay, we'll go in and clean it up and make it passable.
I don't think we want our liability insurance covering them doing work though, or saying they're gonna do work.
Their insurance
Should
covers
we
that.
cover it?
I would think we.
All right,
They want to
but
open
we
it,
have
they
a
can
discussion with the camera.
You know what I mean, like,
You all set with that over there? Okay. All right, I'll call the meeting to order tonight. I'll read the agenda for tonight's meeting. It's a Select Board Water Commissioner meeting for September 13th of 2021. Here at the town office in Sheldon. Under the new business, we need to review our class 4 roads and trails for ATV use. We need to sign some warrants and approve some meeting minutes from a previous meeting. Is there any other business we need to discuss tonight?
I emailed Christy Lynch when we hear back from her on the grant stuff, so.
Okay. All right.
did you guys all get the email from Officer Lodgman?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's right here. I've got a copy of it.
You can just touch base on that.
Yep, I'm gonna just also gonna follow up with email right to him tomorrow. Just see, cause we think he may have went up there, we're just gonna see what our options are.
So I talked to, when we get to that,
Yeah.
I got some information.
All right, so I'll put that on the agenda about sheriff coverage. All right, so we will get started. We might as well start signing things here, and then we can discuss that road. If you guys want to look at those maps a little bit while we're signing stuff. Looks like we have a whole lot tonight, huh? This is good. Tax bills rolling out.
Where's this one?
Alright, so while you guys are doing that, I'll read the minutes from the previous meeting. This is the Select Board Water Commissioner meeting minutes from August 23rd of 2021. Present was Stephen Dodd, Seth Hungerford, Nicholas Norris, David Pluvitt, Kim Dufresne, Rick Piasny, and Seth Patel. At 7:40, I called the meeting to order and read the agenda. Rick Gasney from the fire department asked why the repairs for the fire hydrant down on Mill Street was added to the fire department expenses. And the board felt it should be an expense of the fire department. And in 2022, we will budget for other hydrant expenses. We'll put a new line item in there on their expenses. Rick will look for grants available for upgrades and maintenances for the hydrants. Rick would also like the driveway extended and to fix drainage in the back parking lot, and we're gonna check into those repairs for next year's paving projects. It's gonna be on our list, I guess. Seth Cattell from the highway department reported on the progress of their work. They're stockpiling on winter sand, repairing the stop sign on the Russell Road and a culvert on the East Sheldon Road. And the board set the highway food allowance for the 2 employees at $125 each. We signed warrants 2132 and 2133. I read the minutes from August 9th meeting. Seth Hungerford motion to accept is read and seconded by David, and all in favor. The board amended the 2021 tax rate. There was a correction made to the grand list. So we set the municipal rate at .3963, local agreement at .0018. Seth motion to accept and seconded by David, and all in favor. Nick reported on a grant available from Home Depot. He's gonna check on that, see if there's a match required for the grant. 9 o'clock, Nick motion to adjourn, seconded by Seth, and all in favor, and the meeting adjourned. Taking a motion to accept these minutes as read.
I'll make a motion to accept those minutes as read.
Alright, give me a second on
Second.
that. Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright, that's good. So this is the email from Sean McInerney. He says, I had a question. Can we write all of the old town roads or highways? Are these roads still part of the town? I was thinking of Old Town Highway 17. It goes from Duffy Hill to the Swamp Road. And then he had another email, didn't he, about maps? Or was that the only one he had?
That's a little.
Okay.
No.
So that's the one I was speaking of that would have to be,
Yeah, it's classified as impassable and untravelable, so.
Can't find that.
so there's some other ones in there too that I don't know if we, you know.
Like
Like
that whole one is not gonna be able to be used because that was.
About the one down here in the correct. It goes down, goes from the historical site, it goes down back there and then it goes up to Oregon's Fields and comes back out up on the road there. There's no markings of any sort to know where that goes, is there?
I don't believe so.
No.
You know, I don't know if we should just say, you know, we opened up the roads. So what's our ordinance say?
Would that be class
You know, is it
2?
roads?
I think it's a road, I don't think it's anything about trails.
Right. But I just hate to get into that. Because that's really a trail to nowhere, because all you do is go up by town garage and take a right.
Well,
You're not gonna have that hassle of landowners.
Bring somebody's land.
You're going right through.
If it was something that's been maintained or, I mean, they probably don't even know it's there.
These, I mean, this 17 and maybe 4, maybe there's something there that, I mean, I don't know that either of those spots have anything.
This
Yeah.
one, you know, goes to that hill. But where it is,
Is not where it
isn't
is.
where they're traveling. And that's the thing, if you're gonna open that, it's gonna have to be signed and opened up, because it's all trees, and I walked that part of it the other day, and you can't get through there with four-wheeler. You can walk through there, but there's a lot of tree, ratty trees and stuff growing up.
The way the ordinance is written is all town highways.
Highways,
It doesn't say anything about trails.
so. I don't know.
I mean, I guess
And there's another one here that I noticed that the landowner would be real happy if we opened it up, it's right up here.
Parents.
Yeah, straight across from Russell Road. And it hooks over and comes back out onto the what's the last one there, not the Mortar Road. but
Hilton?
No, not Cook Road,
Yeah.
yeah, Cook Road, yeah.
Okay, so there's
So-
an actual,
It's gotta be just above where that tree line was.
Yeah, it's got to probably go right through,
JP's
where
house.
Mark built his house. That's straight across from Russell Road.
It marks a little higher though.
Well, it's a little higher, yeah, probably
it's
just
pretty
below
close,
that.
yeah.
But, you don't wanna open that can of worms either.
And you don't want to open
Because
this one
that's
either.
it's not a, yeah, no, you don't wanna get in that mess either.
That would make sense, but that's not,
Yeah, but-
neither of those landowners on either side are gonna want that. The one going from Sweet Hollow to Bedard Road.
It's
Neither
not
one of
like
them
it's,
want that.
it's a road that's been used and we're just shutting it off. These these trails haven't been used in, 50, 60 years. That, you're opening up. And that wasn't our intentions when we did this ordinance. Our intentions was to make it legal for these ATVs to be able to travel to get to where they wanna go.
stay off the rail trail.
And I'm thinking,
Stay off the rail trail.
I would put it more to the club, if the club wanted to pursue putting that in. That's how I would, not us. They'd have to get landowner permission.
Well, they would they? It's mapped with the state as a trail.
True.
I think we should leave it as the ordinances. I don't think we should open those trails up. Because the ordinance says nothing about old 50-year-old trails, it says town highways, those are not highways. And the whole point was to keep people off other people's land and rail trail and all that stuff, and give them a place to ride and get from point A to point B
Yeah.
legally. And not have to outrun the cops or ride off into somebody's field and tear it up.
You making that motion?
I will make that a motion.
Alright,
I'll accept that motion.
alright, so we have a motion to.
I will make a motion to leave the old trails as it is and just stick with the ordinance that town highways are open to ATVs.
Okay, so we can map it as a town
So
highway.
no old trails, ordinance is highway only.
Yeah.
Correct.
Let's go to Joe.
And that was second by Seth.
I wasn't here, I can't sign that.
So, we got a motion and a second, and all in favor of that motion of Joe's?
Aye.
Opposed? That's the way we'll leave it. If he has any other questions, I guess we can get all of us. This is the one we received from the state. That's the town money or from the county, right?
One's town money and one's county. That's the ARP money.
So you spent.
Now I have to see if we can really spend it on that.
So did everybody see the email from Roger Long now?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what other?
Get some more information, so.
So I spoke with John Bruzy from the state police, and he had actually visited both those residences on, I believe, last Saturday. And this email wasn't just from Lodgman, it was actually Lodgman and the state police, so everyone, both parties are aware of it and know what's going on and are working together on it. And it's not like one precinct is, they're sharing communication, and he believes that Lodgman either went that morning or that day, or was going that day after sending it to the residents as well. So they've been visited by both enterprises, so.
So has there been any other complaints since Labor Day weekend?
I spoke to someone up on the other end, on top, and he said he would know more after the weekend to see what happened. I haven't spoke to him. I didn't speak to him today to see what was going on, if he had any, he kind of enlightened me of what's been going on and what it was like and stuff like that, so.
Hopefully it settles down.
Alrighty, like, you know, we have to complain about a lot of ATVs on Crow Hill. Does anybody ever get it, like, you get those complaints and they get it on video somehow? I mean, everybody's got a camera phone these days. They can do a video that is somewhat clear, maybe give it to law enforcement to be like, obviously these guys aren't following the speed limit or guidelines.
Is it all through Crow Hill or just one?
Well, we have, you know, Nick had an email a couple weeks or a month ago or so about, you know, some people racing up and down Crow Hill. And then obviously, you know, this last email that, you know, they're bullying people, or I don't know what the verbiage was, but, you know, harassing people with their four-wheelers. I mean, you gotta think in today's world, you can just pull out your cell phone, take a video of it, you're gonna catch a license plate, and, or at least be able to identify it.
Yeah.
Might be something that, I don't know if that'll help law enforcement anyway, but I think it would probably help a little bit.
The people I talked to, I told them to do that.
Yeah.
They said it's tough sometimes because it's at night and they can't see what the vehicle is, but if it's happening during the day, they said they can get it, so. He said he has a couple already of some things happening in his door area that, you know, he has on video, so go ahead. Keep that, we'll share it when we need to, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we need to kind of go back to what we just proposed for the trails and highways and everything like that, because those roads are class 4, deemed class 4, not trails, so, or 2 of them are, so we want to classify it. This one's actually classified as a class 3, class 4.
Are they currently maintained by the town?
No.
So maybe we should make the language.
No,
That's what I'm getting
so,
at, is maybe we should change the language to highways maintained by the town.
well, then that excludes,
Does it say that?
Doesn't matter.
that excludes these over here. I mean, not that they're big ones, but the ones off these 2, frontage and. Or we say class 1, class 1 has class 2, class 3 roads, not class 4.
Class 2, 3. Class 1s are state.
No, class 2, class 2, class 3, because that's the only one, right? Oh, so 3 of them.
do,
But-
but I know this one's maintained by the sugar maker.
Yeah.
I know they've done not so much on Sheldon's side, but on the Fairfield side, they did a pile of work for the tractors and stuff.
Yeah.
So we have one here. That would be.
So that's.
Difference.
Yeah,
Difference.
but see, these little shoots don't go that high. Like these here, they don't go there.
No, I know
They
that.
go to landowners'
Yeah.
property and you don't want people riding up there. Unless they turn around, the town turn around, you don't want them up on
Yeah, but
people's.
if we call these, then they can't.
Are they
Technically,
trails or
we-
class 4?
The
Class 4.
You're saying trails.
Right.
But that's saying that they could travel down. Joe, if you look at number 17 up over there, it's the one that goes off Duffy Hill,
Is that the swamp?
Swamp Road, I mean.
That's a
Oh.
class 4.
That's class 4, yep. Or do we
Let's
call,
see.
do we call out certain roads? Just even this one down here. That's over right there. That one's a class 4.
I mean, the other thing you can do, if you wanna make it clear, you can make an amendment to this, but you can also, you know, some towns, when they have their ordinance, they just list the roads that are legal. You know,
All class roads excluding, and we call out the 2.
or you can do it that way. I mean, that'd be the easier way.
That'd be the easier way, because I think there's only 2. So that's a trail. Those are both town, those are both,
Says we got 4 trails, I'm talking about that right here. Little trails are 4.
so 1,
Is the rating on one?
2. That's discontinued. That's a,
That's 3.
this one's 3, right here. This one.
There's only 3, there's no number 2.
Oh, yeah, okay, so we have 1, 3, and 4.
2 is probably a discontinued, one we discontinued or something.
So this one's a class 4 frontage road, and our other one over there, off my road, it's class 4. And then class 4, class 4, class 4, class 4. That's it. Class 4. So excluding 1726. But this one you said you wanted these because,
Well, I don't say people use it.
but that's, you know, like, is that saying, cause this is 26, it's 18. What road is that?
That's, well, game is
Right, right,
Right.
But the better,
I wouldn't want to try to better system, people want to use it a lot.
yeah, it's only gonna go be the people that are on it.
but I think they should class 4 if you change it. with zoning. Like we did.
Well, we haven't changed.
We're not gonna,
Oh,
we're just gonna put
excluding
it,
them.
you're just gonna exclude them from the,
Prove the roads.
Well, maybe we better study that a little more before we make a decision. Get a list of ones that we don't think needs to be used. Because a lot of those class 4 roads don't go to everything. You know, they go to a property and it's made a class 4 road because it's like a long driveway and we don't wanna maintain it. We don't wanna get our town vehicles down there and plow it, so we just classify it as class 4 and that's it. You know, so maybe we need to, look through this and make a list and decide. We need to play any favorites on that, but we'll just, look at what it goes to and what it is and make a decision, and then he can, when he maps out his roads, he can map out the, you know, town roads, I guess, that we allow on TV.
Joe, you okay with recanting your statement?
You can make an amendment.
I'm amending it to be discussed.
Yeah, you can amend it.
Table that for right now until we get more information, a better idea what we're doing.
I forgot about one thing we should just briefly touch on the agenda, which would be the email we got from Jamie about recruiting and listening.
Okay.
If she's here tonight, I don't know if you want to go into executive and talk to her or
Yeah, we can do that.
Sounds good.
And you still don't know what we can spend that on yet, Kim?
No.
No.
I'm trying to get some answers.
So, what's, for approving a list, or what do you guys got for ideas? You wanna put that on paper, or you wanna?
I mean-
Social media, or how we gonna get some?
probably those, I mean, you know, social media is free, I mean, but I guess it'd be good to have Jamie either email us or she come in and tell us like how many hours I think they're gonna need, kind of a basic job description and some, you know, I mean, you know, she mentioned somebody to run the software, I mean, what, is it just somebody that's younger than her dad that can do it, or is it, you know, is it a complicated software to run, or do you need, obviously, we need previous experience, you're not gonna, I mean,
They are getting a new software too. Misters.
so, I mean, I just have some questions, because I actually talked to a few people about it, and they asked me a lot of questions that I didn't have answers to, so.
Yeah,
I was like, well, I'll try to get some more information tonight.
Okay.
I know a couple women that were interested in hearing more about it, but I don't have anything more to tell, so I guess if I could just get, if we could all have some information to tell, you know, a bullet list of it's 20 hours a week, or 20 hours a month, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And what she thinks a candidate will need, then it'd be a lot easier to help find something, and then, you know, I got no problem putting it on social media, or, I don't know, they're not gonna get much help putting anything on Indeed, I don't think, so I haven't had any luck in the last 4 months, so I think it's a waste of money right now, for the town money personally.
yeah,
I think
or
with,
local, you know, we want somebody
It's
from
an
town.
elected position right now, but a lot of towns are going to an outside.
But if we have someone that's in town that wants it, we can,
Right, keep it going.
Yeah,
but-
We can appoint it because we have a vacant position here.
if it's.
So-
and that's not anything the zoning guy can help out with, right?
No.
Does
He's
the
busy.
lister's work have to be done by
That's,
a lister? Or say if an assistant town clerk had extra time, could some of that work?
Debbie and I talked about that
If they
today.
were looking for extra hours, not pushing it on
Yeah.
whoever.
We could, but it has to be, it's an elected position, listers are. But we could help her as much as possible with the minor stuff.
If that just frees up some of Jamie's time, and she's happy with it.
But it sounds like, her father might be doing it much longer.
No, he's moving, right? I
Well, he wants
think,
to.
wants to.
So, I mean, that's gonna leave her really, sounds like she already has been for a little while.
Do we have anything else we wanna talk about?
Yeah, if we can't find a qualified candidate, I mean, we can always do like a lot of these towns are doing and hire an appraiser to come in, which we have part-time anyway, but they will come in and do everything, and then if we hire somebody to do the clerical work, so, you know, computer entry and, you know, that's a, if we can't find qualified candidates, we might have to. But if we can find somebody, if we get a description and we can find somebody that's willing to try it, and they think they can do it, you know, cause even if we find one, we're still gonna be full staffed if our father's gonna be, you know, heading south for the winter. I mean, it's quieter in the winter, but come spring, it's when they, you know, they do all the, and he did all the, lined up a lot of appointments and did the site visits for training, didn't he? So,
Was this a conversation that we had about who we, with a shared employee with Highgate and adding extra hours? That's what I want to do with this.
So I was kinda getting at, but it sounds like it's not, he's too busy.
No,
No,
it's an elected position, so you have to be a town resident
Okay.
to be elected.
But if we were to do what you're saying and make it not an elected position, we could pursue that with
With an outside
The
assessor,
contract and-
yes.
contracted, yeah, that's right now.
I don't think Northwest Regional does listing, but there is other companies out there that do it. Because right now, I know Fairfield's in reappraisal and Nemrick is doing theirs.
Alright.
And I think Richford too is in reappraisal.
It's getting harder and harder to find people, and that's one of those, you know, it's not like a board where you come in at night for a couple hours, for a couple times a month, or like the development review board or the planning commission, you know, they meet once or twice a month. This is something that there's quite a lot of paperwork, and there's, you know, I believe there's quite a few hours, you know, it's not a 4 or 5 hour a month job, it's a, you know, 5-10 hours a week, I think, I'm not sure exactly, but, you know, so you almost gotta have somebody that willing to work, you know, some afternoons and evenings or whatever. And that's getting harder to find, cause everybody that's working is working full days. But let's see what we can get Amy to give us a job description and we'll.
do you have anything more on the regular agenda? Do you want to talk to Jamie executive?
Is she still here?
Yeah, so I heard a couple minutes ago.
Okay, yeah, we can do that, we can adjourn and, well, we can, go into executive session and when we come out, we'll adjourn.
Yeah.
So.
I'll make that motion, yeah, I'll make that motion.
Okay, we got a motion to go into executive session, seconded by Joe. And we will go into executive session, and when we come out of executive session, we're gonna just adjourn the meeting, so we'll be all done with the camera for tonight.